It's the Half Hour Wasted and Legion of Dudes podcasts. This is Jordan from Jersey with the Legion of Dudes, and this is what I thought of the comics I read the week of June 30th, 2010. First off, we have Marvel Zombies 5, issue 4 of 5. This issue takes our heroes to a world that reminds me of Neil Stephenson's Snow Crash. It's a very cyberpunk world with zombies. I'm sure somebody who knows cyberpunk better than I can would be very eager to tell me how wrong I am about it being close to Snow Crash, but hey, that's what it reminded me of. What's good about this issue is just that the setting's awesome, a lot of the dialogue is really cool, zombies are neat. What's bad, though, is that the art switches back and forth between two artists. Now, they tried to keep it on, depending on which character's perspective you were looking from, that's what artist you would see. It was still distracting. The art styles were pretty different. I liked both of them, just not together. So, as usual, I know that's a big gripe for me. I bring it up all the time, but yeah, Marvel, just get one artist on a book. You can delay the book a week. It's Marvel Zombies here. It's not Avengers. I like the book, but I'll wait an extra week or two for one artist. Come on. The cover for the next issue makes me think of Shaun of the Dead or Army of Darkness, but we've already had an Army of Darkness book, so I'm going to assume the next one is Shaun of the Dead, despite the fact they're in a cereal aisle with a lot of selection, and that definitely does not recall British supermarkets, at least in stereotype. So we'll have to see. Either way, I am really enjoying the series. It's a bit disjointed, but that means it doesn't get stale. Every issue is a little bit different, and you get a new setting and a new cast of characters, except for our heroes. I kind of like that. No problem with this one, especially because it's the Armor team again, and they're going throughout their different dimensions, and that's what makes them cool. Now, before we get to our next book, don't forget to check out hhwlod.com. That's hhwlod.com. We just had a Battlestar Galactica episode for the Legion of Dudes. We're having a True Blood episode coming up. We've got episode 100 coming up. And don't forget to check out forumforgeeks.com. That's forumforgeeks.com. It's a brand new forum. We got us and a bunch of other podcasts on there. If you want to discuss anything geeky or nerdy, like comic books, maybe, you're going to want to check out forumforgeeks.com. Next up, we've got Secret Avengers issue number 2. I loved issue number 1. I didn't love issue number 2, but it had a lot to live up to with issue 1, so let's just keep that in perspective. Let's actually start out with the bad, because there wasn't a lot. I love Deodato's art, but when the setting is Mars, and the backgrounds to almost every panel are red, and the characters are all wearing a uniform that looks like this, this is, Steve Rogers, he's got a star, so it's a little bit different, but from a distance, they all look almost identical. Kind of really confusing when you've switched from one scene on one part of Mars with several characters in one group of uniforms to a group of different characters in the same uniforms on a different part of Mars. It's one or two panels where you're going, what? Oh, this is a different group of characters. It'd be awesome if there was just, a little bubble that says, meanwhile, across Mars, or something that made it a lot easier, even if it's just different costumes. Like Moon Knight's got a different costume. I think Beast had a different costume. But aside from those two, everybody else looks very, very similar. So that's a minor gripe, but it was kind of it's like when you make a careless error in math, or in some stupid, problem back in school where it's, I just put the wrong number here, and it was an easy fix. This was an easy fix, so kind of annoying. But I don't want to seem like this was a bad book, because I really did like issue number 2. Not as good as issue number 1, which was awesome, but this was, a close second. We've got all kinds of things going on in this book. Spoilers for issue number 1, because I don't think I gave it away in that video, although I might have. The person who shows up at the end and is like, hey, I might be the bad guy, is Nick Fury. So that was unexpected and awesome. It's probably a life model decoy, I'm assuming, but, so you've got Sharon Carter trying to track down these guys. You've got scenes with those guys, the Shadow Council, with one of them looking like Nick Fury, and a couple other people in helmets, so you don't actually see what they look like. You've got Moon Knight unearthing some skeletons on Mars. You've got a super powerful crown of serpents. Oh, it's not the crown of serpents. There's like 3 different crowns, so I'm getting them confused. But it's a crown that turns everybody into zombies and lets one person control them, or maybe it's controlling that person. It's hard to tell, and it's on Nova at this point. You've got a very En-Sabbat Nur-looking guy on Mars in Egyptian gear who, yeah, he looks like En-Sabbat Nur, maybe a brother or something of Apocalypse that we never learned about. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in this issue, and it's all really cool. I'm really enjoying this. I'm very interested to see where it goes. My guess, and I think I'm going to be disappointed by the reveal behind the Shadow Council. I have a feeling it's a bunch of life model decoys, all of which are Nick Fury models. Just a guess, because the one scene with the Nick Fury guy, he didn't seem to have any knowledge from the way he was talking about the other encounter with this group of Avengers that he had last issue. And he never refers to any of the people in uniforms by name. He calls them like pilot or commander or something. You just pilot, put us in hyperdrive. That to me says when they take off their masks, they're all Nick Fury life model decoys or just all life model decoys, and that's kind of been done to death. But for now, I really like it. Let's just hope it's something much better than what pops into my head as the obvious, it's probably going to be a disappointing answer. So that's it for the comics I read the week of June 30th, 2009, but one more recommendation for you. Hey, your wallet, if it's like mine, is probably very close to empty. Economy's not great, comics are expensive. So what is an awesome comic you can read for not much money? How about I do you one better? What's an awesome comic you can read for no money? You're going to want to check out freakangels.com. Warren Ellis comic. It's released 6 pages every week, although they do take some weeks off like last week. Check it out. It's freakangels.com. It's really neat. It's a group of 12 or 14, I'm blanking on the details, superpowered individuals who are all born at the same moment in England. Now we're in the future, and it's kind of post-apocalyptic, and they might have kind of caused this apocalypse, but they exist as a group of people who protect the few humans who are left in their area of Whitechapel. I don't really want to give away much more than that. You can check it out for free. If you really like it, and you probably will, and you have some extra cash, you can buy graphic novels, trade paperbacks, and hardcover copies. I really suggest you do. It is an awesome book. freakangels.com. It's Warren Ellis comic. If you like it, buy it. If you just want to check it out because you're broke like me, check it out. So check out freakangels.com, check out hhwlod.com for the Half Hour Wasted in the Legion of Dudes podcast. Check out our new forumforgeeks.com for comic forums, sports forums. We got a sports geek forum. You know, regular books, comics, music, because I'm a big music guy, television, movies, toys and collectibles. We've got it all there. Other podcasts, you're going to want to check it out. It's awesome. Forumforgeeks.com, hhwlod.com, freakangels.com. I'm out of breath. Have a good week. Have a good Independence Day. This has been Jordan from Jersey with the Legion of Dudes, and I'm out. It's the Half Hour Wasted and Legion of Dudes podcasts.